So thank you for tuning in to the Chris Show. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you for that. So you know why you clicked on the video. It's NBA Youngboy's second studio album, Sincerely Kentrell. And as you probably looked at the thumbnail of this video, I have never been a huge NBA Youngboy fan. Don't get me wrong. Never been a hater. Never been one of these people to go out and say he sucks. I actually listened to his first album. I wasn't completely sold on it, but it's still in my iTunes. Casey Talk and the song My Window with Lil Wayne. Those were like my two favorite songs. Casey Talk definitely made me somewhat of a casual fan. Someone I was like, okay, I'll check him out. See if he continues to grow or become someone I want to listen to. Then we get to around now and I listened to this album and at first I thought, you know, it's just the first two songs were really good or something. Like maybe he's about to fall off a bit, but just kept going and kept going. Don't get me wrong, not every song's perfect or something I'm gonna listen to. We're gonna get more into that, but before I get into that, a lot of you people that have been watching my videos have not been subscribed. It's like around 60% of you. So if you're one of those 60% of people that have been watching my videos but have not been subscribed, maybe after this breakdown of NBA Youngboy's second studio album, you'll want to check me out more often. And if you do want to check me out more often, be sure to like and comment as well. So I have two questions for you guys in the comment section. One, when did you become an NBA Young fan? And if you haven't, did this album make you become an NBA Youngboy fan like it did me? And two, what is your favorite song off this album? So if you've watched any of my previous videos, typically I would go song by song, give what I feel about it, whether I liked it, whether I thought it was terrible, whether I thought it was okay, maybe it was forgettable. But then you get to these longer albums and NBA Youngboy is a perfect example of that. 21 songs is like, do you really want me to go song by song? You know, don't get me wrong, I love music, I want to break it down and everything, but off just one listen, going by this, oh, this is that, this is that, I think I have a better way of breaking down these bigger albums. Now, when it's a smaller one, of course I'm going to go song by song, but when it's 21 songs, it's getting a little bit too much. So I have this tier breakdown, and I've broken down this first listen into 4 different tiers. I got tier 1, which I think is the elite of the elite. Like this song I'm gonna go out of my way to listen to right away. I'm probably gonna get some play in the car, maybe at the gym. These are songs that I really enjoyed and I can tell I'm gonna go back and listen to. Then we have tier 2. To me, these songs are good, not really good, really good to where like I think everyone would like it. This might be a little bit more of acquired taste songs, but to me, they're really good. I'm still gonna go listen to them, but they just aren't as good as the other songs that are in tier 1. But like I said, definitely above average songs are good. Then we're gonna get into tier 3. This is more so when you're in the solid range. If someone's playing it, I'm not gonna be like turn it off or I don't want to hear this shit. It ain't gonna be nothing like that. But it also wasn't my favorite song. It also didn't catch my ear fully on the first listen. Maybe if I listen more it can move up a tier or not, but after first listen it was cool, but it wasn't anything that was wow worthy. Then we have tier 4. Now tier 4 to me is the definition of forgettable or bad or just something that I don't like personally. So that's how we're gonna break these songs down. And as I'm going through these tiers, I didn't try to force a song into a tier or force a song into a different tier to help balance it out. This is just honestly how I feel about this album. So you just heard my tier breakdown. So now we're going to talk about the tier 1. These are the cream of the crop to me. These are the top songs, ones that I just thoroughly enjoyed and I think anyone would enjoy them. So let me list them and then I'm going to go more in depth about it. These songs are Bad Morning, Hold Me Down, Smoke Strong, Toxic Punk, Life Support, and White Teeth. Now all those songs, for one different way or another, they just stood out to me. They just hit differently, especially the intro. I always know an intro can set the tone for an album, whether it's positive, negative, or if you just give an average one, then I'm like, okay, I have more in store. But if you have a terrible intro, I'm already like, what the hell has he got in store? Because usually you want to catch someone's eye about, this is about to be what we're really about to be listening to. And NBA Youngboy set the tone with Bad Morning, then Hold Me Down was really good. Now, the song to me that might be my favorite, which is Smoke Strong, it just, I don't know. Then the song that's most frustrating, but it still made this list, is Toxic Punk. Why is this song only a minute and 46 seconds. The song, please just give me a whole nother minute, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. I'll even take 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But that song was not long enough. Definitely wanted more. Then you have White Teeth. The song, some of it was a little bit silly, but as I've seen in my previous videos, I like a little bit silly in songs. It's just NBA Youngboy was in his bag on this album, and it made me from someone that didn't even really care to check him out to I'm about to be checking him out a lot more. And these were just the top 6 songs to me. Oh yeah, Life Support was really good to me as well. It's hard to talk about so many songs and just like off one listen. Usually I have to listen to a few times so you get the lyrics a little bit more, but this was a really good album. So tier 1, these were the songs, like I said before. Let me repeat them again for some people. The tier 1 songs are Bad Morning, Hold Me Down, Smoke Strong, Toxic Punk, Life Support, and White Teeth. So now we're gonna get into tier 2 songs. These songs like Baddest Thing and Nevada, I'm gonna go more into them, but like I said, those songs were really close to making tier 1 for me, but when I had to get a little bit closer, or be not just a little bit more picky, I didn't want to put like everything in tier 1 or everything in this tier. I had to decide that I like those other 6 songs just a little bit more, but just know Nevada and Baddest Things would probably be 7 and 8 if I had to put it on, like, you know, if I was actually ranking these songs. Now I'm not. I'd rather just put it in the tier. What I like is what I like, because you can't compare some songs because he's a certain artist. The songs are just different type of songs. So, you know, I like to compare rap to rap or R&B to R&B or singing to singing. I just not my type. Enough of me talking about that. Let me talk about these tier 2 songs. These songs go On My Side, Break or Make Me, Baddest Thing, Nevada, and All I Need. Those were the next 5 songs that one way or another, I think they're really good songs. To someone else, they'll probably be in your tier 1. I have no issue with that. Like I said, they're very good to me. They just didn't stand out as those other top 6. Like the other top 6, I can imagine having stars next to them on the iTunes or however they do it, the most played songs. I feel like those would probably get a little bit more play than these. But yeah, NBA Youngboy. So to me, he had 11 songs that I would consider good on this album. If we're going based off this tier, because I had 6 in there, then 5 there. Just like I said, there's a reason why I'm a fan now. And 11 out of your 21 songs, that's pretty good. So, I talked about the positives. Now we're getting into the solid songs. To some people, they're probably going to be bad. I can understand it. Like I said, I'm not one way or another. A solid song to me is like, if I hear it, I'm not going to turn it off, but I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to it either. That's what I define a solid song, because, you know, there's so much music I can hear sometimes and I'm like, please turn this off. Like, if you're not that bad, you're better than a lot of music already, because there's some terrible music out there. So for my tier 3 songs, I have 50 Shots, Nowhere, Sincerely, I Can't Take It Back, and My Killer. Like I said, these songs, for Sincerely, there was just some singing on that song that it was a certain point, if I wasn't doing the listen, I probably would have skipped it. I'm glad I didn't, because the rest of the song was good, but that singing part turned me away. Now, 50 Shots, I feel like that one I need to be played in the car. I feel like it might hit different, especially with some speakers. That one can easily go from tier 3 to tier 2. My Killer, like I said, I think that one's just a circumstance. If it was on a different album, it'd probably be higher up, but with the competition of this one, it can just be a little bit more forgettable in that terms. Not completely forgettable, because it's not in the tier 4, but there's just a lot of better songs than My Killer. And then Nowhere and I Can't Take It Back, those are some of the slower songs, and like I said, he had some better ones that were higher up for me. They're not bad, but I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to these songs either. So once again, to reiterate, my tier 3 songs are 50 Shots, Nowhere, Sincerely, I Can't Take It Back, and My Killer. So that means now we're into tier 4, and these are the forgettable songs to I Didn't Even Like You to You're Terrible. That's what tier 4 is to me. Like, I'm really not trying to listen to it again. Those songs to me is Rich Shit, Forgiato, Level I Want to Reach, Kickstand, and Panoramic. When I listen to those songs, like, I can just, like, to me, it was just playing and I heard it, I listened to it, and I'm like, Okay, let's go to the next song. Nothing wrong with that. Nobody hits on every song. If you think an artist hits on every song, you're probably a stan, or maybe you're talking about Michael Jackson. And if you're talking about Michael Jackson, then I understand. Now, for me, Panoramic was just too short. If it was a little bit longer, it might be up there, but as an ending song and it wasn't catching my ear by a minute in, I'm like, I'd probably need a little bit more if I was gonna give that song a full higher tier or like it more. And then, like I said, Rich Shit and Kickstand, I honestly, like, I've already kind of forgotten what the songs sound like. They were that forgettable to me, so they deserve where they are. So that's how I feel about the majority of this album. Like I said, I think more of it's really good than it is bad. There's 5 forgettable songs. That means there's what, 16 songs, 11 of them I think really good, 5 that I think that are solid, 5 that I think that are bad. I think that's a pretty good ratio. I think that's a really good second album. I see why NBA Youngboy gets his YouTube views now. There was a time, I guess you could say that I was a little bit hater. I'm like, how does he get all these views or like that? But I ain't a hater, because I always will give someone a chance or try and listen to them before I deem them crap, trash, or whatever. I'm always going to give someone a chance. So you guys, you listen to my tiers. Maybe you could talk about your tiers and rank them all in the comment section. Maybe you could just tell me what were your favorite songs or least favorite songs. Maybe you just disagree with my whole album, my whole review, and it thinks it's trash. You could tell me that. You agree with the whole thing and you think I'm great. You can tell me that as well. Whatever your cup of tea is. But as you know, of Chris, I'm going to give you the hip hop content whenever it's there. So that's why you need to make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. This Chris, I'm out. This motherfucker.